And here we're looking at the Chamber of Commerce camera in Fayetteville, and you can see activities picking up as town's starting to get a little bit more busy with students returning to the University of Arkansas. We've got all sorts of stuff starting back up, local school districts, all that. Pretty nice view so far. But let's take a look at what's going on in Fort Smith, and you can kind of see off in the distance. Look at this rain occurring. So we have a pretty good area of rain occurring into portions of the river valley. Let's take a look at what that looks like on radar. We've been quiet, and to notice over the last hour or so, starting to see activity bubbling up in the river valley on radar. So mostly into portions of Sebastian, Logan, and Scott counties right now, but we will have these low chances for rain pretty much throughout the day, area wide. So not everyone's going to see rain and thunderstorm activity, but keep in mind, you may want to take a look at the radar throughout the day today if you're planning to be outdoors, just because, well, there's some lightning associated with this activity and brief, moderate to heavy rainfall, just so you don't get caught off guard from that. Here's a look at what we've got. Heat advisories for portions of northwest Arkansas and the river valley. I know that these get a little bit tricky because it may not include all of the area. That's not to say portions of northwest Arkansas and the river valley and not included are going to be warm. They are going to be pretty warm. So just protect yourself from the heat regardless if you are in these advisories or not. So it doesn't really matter if you are or not included in that. Just protect yourself from the heat. Current temperatures in the 90s, ranging from the lower to mid 90s. And then those heat index values paint a different story. Close to 110 in Boonville, 108 there, 105 in Clarksville, 101 at Sallisaw. So it's pretty warm, as you can see, across the board for today. For the hourly forecast, we have that low chance of rain basically across all of the area throughout the afternoon across both northwest Arkansas and the river valley. It's also going to be pretty hot and humid. So that's a quick look at what we've got there. Those highs today, they're going to be in the upper 90s area wide. So like I said, just protect yourself from that heat and also keep an eye on the radar for those pop-up showers and thunderstorms that could develop. Futurecast is doing a pretty good job of it so far today. As you can see, pretty much all the area has a chance for these. They're going to pop up on radar. They're not going to be long-lived, and they could produce some lightning, some heavy rainfall, but not everyone's going to see this activity. Rain chances are going to remain pretty low until the time we get to about midweek next week. And that's when we're going to be talking about the heat index values in the meantime. This is before a cold front by the time we get to next week. Those temperatures, they're going to be quite hot over the next several days. So protect yourself from the heat. It's the moral of the story. We've been talking about this for so long that I'm sure it probably feels like Groundhog Day at this point, that, you know, the 5 News weather guy is saying it's going to be hot and humid. Well, unfortunately, that is what it is going to be doing for the next several days. But by the time we get to mid to the late week next week, a little bit of a cool down. And I know we said this last week too. It's not going to be a major cool down. It's going to be enough that, you know, we're not 97 degrees. We're going to be 90. So it's still going to be warm, not quite that sweater weather, but we'll take it just because it's at least a win, especially for the river valley. Going from 100 to 93, that is going to be at least somewhat noticeable. And there's also going to be a little bit of an increase in terms of those rain chances as well. So keeping those low rain chances in the meantime, hot and humid, protect yourself from the heat. Yada, yada, yada. Heard it a million times at this point. And then maybe a little bit of relief by the time we get to Wednesday, Thursday of next week.
Well, you know, it doesn't feel like Groundhog Day because Groundhog Day is in February when it's not 100 degrees outside.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be nice right now?
Looking forward to that. Hopefully that's around the corner here, just because if it were me, it would be 72 and sunny all the time.
I love a 72 and 70. All right.